That's not worked. Hi guys, and welcome back to Crypto Chester. Bad start there. Welcome back to Crypto Chester. I hope you're having a fantastic day. First things first, my name is Chester. I'm going to be walking you through the crypto markets. First things first, I want to talk about Bitcoin on the short-term time frames. So I'm going to start off with the 15-minute, then I'm going to jump to the hourly, and then I'm going to go through to Bitcoin on the mid-term, which is the 4-hourly, and then also I'm going to be jumping through to Bitcoin on the long-term as well, which is the daily coming through. I'm also going to be touching on Bitcoin dominance and also Fear and Greed Index as well, because interesting stuff coming through as they were looking a bit more positive from last week, which is good stuff indeed. So no, to be honest, the average of last week was 55, but yeah, I'll get into that very shortly indeed once I'm done here with Bitcoin. Then I'm going to be jumping through to some altcoins, guys. I've got 3 altcoins of the day that I've chosen today. My first one is Ethereum, the next one is a Binance coin, and the next one is ADA. So 3 potential things to come through for them, which I'm going to go through as well. Big shout outs coming through to Restless coming in first on the stream there. We've got Gamer God, Alistair there as well, brilliant as well, and DCS. Hey man, took a look at Hex, USDT Pulse Chain. Yeah, I'll have a look at Hex for you there, bro. Not a problem at all. I'll get that on the request list. And we've got a request from Gamer God. I guess I'm going to take that as a request, bro. DXY as well. So hope you're all having a fantastic Monday morning. And Dot as well there for Gamer God. Brilliant stuff as well. And good morning to Shivansh there. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Fantastic Monday as well there. So it is Monday morning here. I'm not sure whereabouts you're located, but hope you're having a good day, nonetheless. Without further ado, let's get straight into Bitcoin. I'm going to be starting off with Bitcoin here on the 15-minute. And guys, you will have to excuse me just in case you hear some background noise and stuff, because I've had to have my fan on today. And my window's open, and I am street facing, so there could be cars, there could be people talking and stuff like that. So hopefully my mic doesn't pick it up. I do apologize on behalf if that does happen, because we're having a heat wave in England and it's cooking in here, and we have got no air conditioning, and our houses are built to hold the heat. So yeah, got like 3 hours sleep last night. Woke up with a million Mozzie bars. It's a bad time. It's a bad time. But yeah, anyway, 15 minutes in the 15-minute here for Bitcoin. We are looking at an ascending triangle coming through here. We are literally testing the major moving averages coming through on the 15-minute. You guys know I don't trade the 15-minute. I more go for these bigger sort of swings on the 4-hourly, that sort of thing, to get those bigger percentages coming in there, the bigger trades. But in terms of getting a gauge for the price, in terms of a shorter term gauge of where I think we're going to go, we're going to be looking for a break to the top side here. And we are above all major moving averages. I think we actually just dumped since I was going to start the stream. Actually, yeah, I did my my TA a minute ago when we were sat around this zone here, and I did think that we were going to break up to the top side here. So yeah, it's a possibility that we are. Hopefully we can get a rebound off this 55 moving average coming through around this 31,670. Now it's very interesting to see if we do break to the top side here. That's going to correlate pretty well with another chart pattern coming through here on the short-term time frame, on the hourly, right? Because you can see here we've got a pretty big falling wedge pattern. Interesting stuff as well. So if we do break to the top side, it is going to correlate pretty well with the 15-minute coming through as well. Actually, I'm talking and it is dumping, right? Now, let's go on the basis. Obviously, it is dumping here, guys. So let's go on the basis it breaks to the downside, right? Just on speculatively speaking, right? If it does break to the downside here, we could be looking at some sort of measure move looking like so, right? And the line is the wrong color. This is a great start on a Monday morning. Absolutely amazing start. But yeah, so if we do break to the downside, it's obviously speculatively speaking here, guys, and also depending on where we're going to break here, we're going to do a little cheeky percent on this measure move, right? And that's going to be around a 0.74% there. God, it is literally tanking it down here. What is happening here for Bitcoin on a Monday morning here? Yeah, interesting stuff here. To basically take a gauge from, we do have a pretty strong horizontal coming through at this 31,549 in terms of level of support coming through here, and also Viva La resistance playing through from the past, right? So yeah, it's very interesting to see if we can break this zone. Hopefully we can. But guys, remember this is the 15-minute, and that's why we're seeing this pretty heavy volatile price action coming through here. Very, very interesting stuff there. But yeah, we're still quite early in this 15-minute candle, so we'll see what's going to go. We'll see what's going to be good. Yeah, anyway, moving on to the short-term time frame, right? The hourly time frame coming through here. And shout out to Taz in the chat there. I love the new GIF. Absolutely love it. Beautiful stuff indeed. You guys know what to do. Very cool. Thank you very much for that, Taz. It's annoying when I do that. The chat disappears. But yeah, anyway. Shout out to DCS as well coming through back on the stream. Very nice stuff indeed. Only Hex is pumping. Is Hex still pumping? I haven't looked at that since last week, and that was just going crazy last week. That's crazy because it was setting. I think it was setting smashing all previous all-time highs. So yeah, interesting stuff there. But yeah, anyway, this music's really loud. Moving on to Bitcoin on the short-term time frame, which is the hourly. As you can see here, guys, we do have this falling wedge pattern. Interesting stuff here, really, because if we do break to the top side, as I said, it's going to correlate pretty well with breaking to the top side. This just getting even worse the more I'm talking about it. Breaking to the top side of this this ascending triangle coming through here. So yeah, if they do correlate together, that's two chart patterns breaking out on two different time frames, which is very good stuff indeed. I mean, at this point in time, it is looking pretty bad because we are actually dumping quite significantly. We have actually lost all major moving averages here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we did see Viva la Resistance playing out here. In terms of a bounce point that we could be looking for, we could be looking at first things first, one here at candle body here, and that's around 31,519. I think that does correlate pretty well with that zone coming through here. Yes, just about that horizontal coming through there as well on the shorter term time frame. So yeah, hopefully we can get a bounce point there. If we can't, guys, we're going to be invalidating this high low point coming through here on the 1 hourly, the shorter term time frame, and then we got a next point coming through here. And that is going to be this candle body close sat at around this 31,325. As you can see here, heavy level of support coming through there, guys. But yes, if we do lose that as well, then it's going to be looking like we're going to come down to the lower side of this it's so hot in here, I can't tell you. We're going to be coming down to the lower side of this falling wedge, right? We do have a nice juicy trap zone coming through here. So yes, it's called a trap zone for a reason. It will trap you out, right? You don't want to be in this zone. You don't want to be trading in this zone. You want to be trading when you leave this zone, right? So we won't be trading in this zone for me, even if it does look volatile, not a volatile. Even if it does look very good to trade, I'm still not going to be trading in this zone because it's called a trap zone for a reason, right? Just gonna have some H2O and then we're going to resume. But yes, guys, if you think about it on the shorter term time frame, right, if we do see a pump to the upside here and we do actually break to the upside, the measure move is obviously going to be significantly bigger than the 15-minute time frame here because obviously the chart pattern is bigger indeed, and we're going to go off the most recent uptrend coming through there. And if we are going off the most recent uptrend on the 50-minute time frame, it's going to literally be the whole uptrend, right? So that's going to be pretty goddamn greedy indeed. So yeah, we're going to go off the hourly uptrend here for this chart pattern, right? And that's going to be sat at maybe around a 2% gain there for Bitcoin, but obviously staggering take profits all the way up as we go. Potentially here, first things first, at this this horizontal level of resistance at 32,200, and the next one would be, of course, this 200 EMA, which we're going to find some resistance off as well. God, it's so hot now, I can't tell you. Oh, goodness me, it's probably the hottest stream I've done. Awful. But yeah, we'll just keep going, see how we go. But yeah, also you can see here we do have another horizontal level of resistance coming through around that 32,360, 30,400 for that sort of price action there. So yeah, we aren't going to see the completion of the measure move, I don't think. I do think we are going to see Viva la Resistance play out quite early along these zones here. So yeah, it would be a point to watch out for here for Binance, not Binance, for Bitcoin. Listen to my words here now. For Bitcoin here on the 1 hourly time frame, if we do break to the upside here, because as I said, it is going to correlate pretty well with this 15-minute as well. I mean, we're just dumping, right? Now let's go on the basis that we actually lose the symmetrical triangle, right? Let's go on some price targets here. We got 31,500, 31,325 for anyone that did just blindly bang in a short there. Would be interesting stuff indeed. If you are scalping, it's not the worst thing in the world to be shorting off this sort of zone here. Potentially coming down to these horizontals that I plotted through on the shorter term time frames, right? But yeah, interesting stuff coming through here, and this is the hourly, guys, as I said indeed. So yeah, it's pretty much the hourly covered. I'm gonna jump to the MACD and see if we can get some sort of no effort of the grayscale unlocking. Yeah, the grayscale's been a bit pathetic so far, guys. I haven't really seen anything. We kind of just sat in this sort of range over the weekend or something. We just literally just sat in this sort of zone, pretty sideways stuff, pretty parallel channel, not a lot going on. It's just been pretty boring, right? Hopefully we're going to see some volatile stuff coming through this week, because I know there is a lot of fun in the market right now, but at this point in time it just does look pretty up in the air, pretty boring indeed. I mean, hopefully we can get some sort of swing or something like that which we can profit from, but at this point in time it is a bit all up in the air, right? As we do know there. Now MACD on the short-term time frame, as you can see here, if we have just switched, we just had that bullish crossover. We have started diverging on the MACD here, which is when these two moving, well, the one moving average and then price action thing comes together here, right? And that's when you see the fizzle out of this trend coming through, right? And that's basically what we're going to see here. Got DCS is really spamming that chat there, isn't he? Yeah. Oh no, you're just having a conversation. That's cool. It's dumping the cheaper prices. Okay, cool, bro. 8 likes, guys. You're absolutely killing it, guys. We are due, as you can see here, a bearish crossover coming through here because we're currently in an uptrend. We're currently seeing that uptrend fizzle out there. If we do see this bearish crossover play out, right, if we do see it play out and we do see a downtrend come through, if we're going to be referencing live price action here, it's likely that we're going to come down to this lower sort of zone here, this horizontal level of support of 31,091 there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Hopefully we can get a bounce point off that. If we don't, and we do lose that zone, we're going to be hovering in this trap zone, guys. And as I said a second ago, you don't want to be trading in the zone. It's a trap zone for a reason, right? You can see how trappy it is. You just get trapped out, right? So yeah, I wouldn't just be blindly entering any shorts coming out of this pattern here, because you can see it's just literally there to trap you out, right? So yeah, interesting stuff there. But yes, if we do see some sort of downtrend actually play out, some bearish crossover coming through on the MACD here, it's going to be likely that then we are going to signify a downtrend, right? We do have a lot of space for a downtrend, right? A lot of space for a downtrend, and that is why I've signified that it could actually come down to this sort of 31,000 zone. I mean, guys, it's not the end of the world. If we're going to be referencing this, the 4 hourly, the midterm coming through here, that's still going to be in the range, right? It's still going to be in the range which we've been sitting in all weekend, right? So yeah, it's not going to be the end of the world if we do come down to 31, and if we can profit off it, that's going to be absolutely brilliant. And guys, come on, you know why we're here. We're here to make money. It's as simple as that, guys. So yeah, I haven't really done that looking thing before, but yeah. So yeah, if we do see a potential bounce point for this downtrend fizzling out, as you can see, there's plenty of support coming through here, as you can see. So if we do see a downtrend come through, we can be referencing this zone pretty solidly for live price action there, for a potential position which we could be looking for there. So yeah, interesting stuff, referencing the MACD coming through there on the hourly time frame. A few things to take into consideration there. Now, if we're going to bring up the RSI coming through, pretty central, and guys, that's not surprising at all. And the reason for that is because it's been pretty sideways. We stuck in that sort of 1K sort of range. What do you do year-long bear market? You trade it all the way down, bro. That's what you do. You trade it all the way down, and in a year-long bear market, you're not literally just gonna they're not just gonna dump it all the way down, right? They're gonna have swings to the upside. So we're still gonna be making long positions. We're still gonna be as chaotic rage there. He says accumulate. Precisely, bro. We do believe in crypto. We believe in crypto for the long term, right? We know it's going to revolutionize the world, and we know those prices are going to be through the roof in like 5 years time. So why aren't we going to accumulate all the way down? It's as simple as that. Get your crypto wallets looking crazy. Forget about the actual monetary value, and just get those coins, accumulate those coins. That's what I would do, in my opinion, right? That's what I'm going to be doing throughout the whole bear market, as well as trading and continuously getting more, right? Continuously getting more coins. Now, moving on to Bitcoin on the 4 hourly, the midterm coming through. It's quite interesting stuff coming through here, guys, because we do have this descending triangle, right? Descending triangle coming through from this zone coming through here. As you can see, quite a few touches coming through. Bang, 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 bang. As you can see, pretty awful artwork there, but it is still an ascending triangle. A descending triangle nonetheless, right? As you can see, we do have this parallel channel coming through here that we have seen quite a lot of resistance to the top side here, and obviously quite a lot of support inside of this descending triangle as well, right? So there's a couple of things to take into consideration here. Now, those are the things that I want to take into consideration. We are coming to the end of this descending triangle, right? We're coming to the end of this descending triangle, and that basically means we're looking for that breakout coming through, right? We're looking for that breakout coming through, but it is going to be pretty. It's looking like the chart pattern isn't really going to have some sort of early break. If we were going to break out around this sort of zone here, forget the parallel channel for a second there. If we were going to break it at this sort of zone, we could have been going for some sort of measure move like this, right? And it would have been a nice profitable position, right? But if we're going to not be greedy and take risk into account here, guys, the trend that we're going to be looking for in terms of a measure move for Bitcoin here, it's going to be looking pretty bad, right? If we're going to break to the top side, let's just go on the basis that we go on this sort of angle. We're going to be looking at something like that, right? It's not going to be huge. So it's not too bad, actually. I kind of forgot I was on the 4 hourly there, but yeah, it's not too bad. It's going to be a couple of percent there. So yeah, it's still something, but it's still not the big swings that we're really looking for. We're looking for those big 10%, 20% sort of swings there. Not so much for Bitcoin, for the other altcoins, but more like 4 or 5% for Bitcoin. That would have been very juicy indeed. But yeah, as you can see here, I'm losing my words. I'm so hot. I can't tell you. Oh, goodness, man. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. It was very hot in England. I actually I went hiking, and then I went to this lake. It was really nice. So yeah, hope you all had a great weekend coming through there. And 10 likes. You guys are absolutely killing it here on this fine Monday morning here in England. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you're from in the world, because I know how internationally vast this stream is. But yeah, in terms of Bitcoin here on the midterm, right? Tons of Bitcoin here on the midterm. We do have this parallel channel coming through, right? The top side of this parallel channel is sat around this 33,100 now. The range that we've been sat in over the weekend is pretty set in stone at this point in time. So if we are going to be looking for a break to the top side, it is going to be something along the lines of that, and that's going to be challenging this lower high position coming through here, and that's going to be around at 32,950 there. So it is going to be interesting to see where we come through there. And also, if we do come to the downside here, guys, if we do come to the downside, as Gamer God says there, bear trap incoming. Yeah, it's looking pretty much like that, bro, because as you can see, if we do break to the lower side of this descending triangle coming through here, we're looking like we are going to tap the lower side of this parallel channel coming through, and that's obviously going to correlate something probably looking along the lines of that, and then banging it to the absolute goddamn moon, right? So no, probably not to the moon, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the support that we do get off this zone here, because that does correlate pretty well with this horizontal level of support, this 30,732. It's going to be very interesting if we do lose 30k here, because the reasoning for this is because we've got FUD in the market already. We've got the Grayscale stuff coming through. So if we do lose 30k, I do think a lot of confidence in the market will drop. As referencing the fear and greed index, it's still very scary, very fear. There's a lot of fear in the market coming through here still. So yeah, if we do lose 30k, that's the wrong chart. If we do lose 30k, I do think it's going to be a pretty scary time here for Bitcoin, just because, as I said, the Grayscale, a lot of fear in the market. Olivia coming through there with an XRP request. So yeah, I'll get to that once I'm done here with the rest of my quests. And I've got 3 altcoins of the day today, and we've got Ethereum, we've got Binance Coin, and we've got ADA. So I'll get to them as well, touch on them, done a little TA on that for you guys as well. So we'll get to that very shortly indeed. XRP didn't get a new all-time high this time. Did XRP pump like crazy, did it? No, it's at 58 cents. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. We'll see what XRP is going to do, though, because obviously we've got... It's been trending down for quite a while, right? But yeah, in terms of referencing the MACD here on the 4-hourly time frame, you can see this trend cycle coming through here. So this is very interesting in terms of, really got to get better at drawing this here. I think it's my mouse. But yeah, so as you can see, referencing the levels of resistance that we are seeing off these zones here, you can see we're literally on the brink of one right now. We're on the brink of one right now of having that trend reversal. And I wouldn't be surprised if we did have that trend reversal. But another thing to be taken into consideration, guys, is the fact you can see this cycle indeed. We're literally at the end of the cycle, right? So we could be expecting some sort of breakout coming through in terms of an uptrend coming through there, and vice versa to the downside here coming through in terms of this cycle that we've got coming through here. It's looking pretty much the same, both fizzling out very shortly indeed. So yeah, I do think this week we are going to have some insane sort of breakout in terms of an uptrend or breakout in terms of a downtrend. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting place to watch here on the 4-hourly here. It's going to be very interesting indeed. That'll be the first crypto with real clarity from the SEC. I'm not sure. So yeah, that would be very interesting to see here, guys. So there's definitely a point that I'm going to be referencing for the week, because we are coming up to these sort of zones here. Whether we are going to have that breakout, it's going to be very interesting to watch indeed there. Interesting stuff there. But yeah, as you can see here also, if we bring up the RSI coming through here, we do have this downward sloping resistance line that we've been referencing for quite a while here on the 4-hourly. And as you can see, if we are going to see any sort of momentum towards the upside here, we've got the Viva resistance, which is likely to play out coming through here. If we're referencing it from before, we can see it's still very strong indeed. Very strong indeed off this zone, off this line coming through here. So we do need to take into account this in terms of the live price action here, guys, because if that is going to play out, and it's likely we're going to see that Viva resistance come through in terms of the price as well. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. In terms of referencing the live price action for that position there, I think it probably is going to come up potentially and form some sort of trap, breaking out of this descending triangle, right? Breaking out of this descending triangle. Tell you what, this heat is really throwing me off, I can't lie. But yeah, so if we do see a trap coming through there, we might even see the resistance coming off on the top side of this parallel channel as well. Interesting stuff to be referencing there on the 4-hourly there for Bitcoin. Now, if we're going to jump to if we're going to jump to if we're going to lose 30k, right? If we're going to lose 30k, we're going to be setting lower lows coming through here. We're going to be setting another lower low and validating this higher low coming through here. And then yeah, it's looking like we are going to come down significantly lower than that and continue this downtrend. Just to summarize that for you guys, interesting stuff coming through there. But yeah, so if we are going to be referencing the daily coming through, you guys know the daily, it's been pretty boring. We're just trending down, right? We've just been trending down for long. Couple of traps coming through, not really that much going on. It's just a bit boring right now. Everyone's a bit sick of it. We've seen a lot of confidence leave the crypto space because we dropped like 50% or something crazy. So yeah, we've seen a lot of confidence leave the crypto space, and yeah, you can see that. Oh, I can see that in my views and everything like that. So yeah, it's interesting stuff coming through there. But yeah, as you can see here, we were talking about this parallel channel. Inside of this parallel channel on the daily chart coming through here, think I'm going to sneeze. This parallel channel coming through here, as you can see on the daily chart, and also we do have a parallel channel. I'm inside of that parallel channel, right? As you can see, talking last week, we were discussing the possibility of a potential position coming out of this zone, right, to the downside, right? It would have been very interesting if we had cleared this trap zone, right? I plotted this trap zone in last week. I plotted this trap zone in last week because it's pretty significant in terms of traps over the last few weeks or so. As you can see here, we've come down, we've come straight back up in the same day. Very interesting stuff. We did get a couple of candle body closes below that zone, but we're still in that trap zone, so we still haven't had that confirmation for that short position. Now, if we are looking for some sort of prediction today, as I was saying earlier, obviously depending on how we're going to get out of these trend patterns coming through here. I was going to say at the start of the stream, it's likely that we are looking for a breakout to the top side of this wick here, and that wouldn't surprise me at all if we do see us come to this sort of zone, sat around that 32,300 sort of zone, and then see the resistance play out from there. I wouldn't be surprised indeed, right? But I don't think that we are going to be losing this parallel channel sat at around that 31,400 sort of anytime soon. I do see support getting formed there, pretty crucially indeed, right? But as I said, if we do get to this sort of zone, I do see resistance coming through from that point indeed. Interesting stuff coming through there. Now, if we are going to be referencing the RSI coming through on the daily chart here, you can see how dominant this is, right? You can see how dominant this is all the way back from January. January's high there coming through on the RSI. You can see the Viva la Resistance coming through there. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting if we do see any sort of spike in terms of buying power coming through here for Bitcoin, whether we are going to smash through this zone on the RSI on the daily, or whether we are going to absolutely dump off a cliff, right? It's going to be very interesting. But in terms of percentages now, where we are in terms of this RSI trend line to the downside here, when we do cross this central zone, it is 50-50. In terms of percentages, right, whether we're going to find support, whether we're going to find resistance. Now at this point in time, it's probably near enough. I'd probably say about 65-35 there in terms of percent for finding that resistance, right? So it's 35% that we're going to find resistance, and then 65% that we're going to find that level of support there. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to actually see what happens if we do actually smash through this, and then we come back down. We've got a nice juicy bounce point there to find support on the daily, yeah. So hopefully that is going to happen, right? Because obviously we do want Bitcoin to see a bit of progression, right? We're looking at this chart and it's looking pretty awful, right? It's looking pretty awful for a long time, right? It is also quite interesting here. I do want to talk about this horizontal sat at around this 31,570, because on the daily before this weekend, we didn't actually have any candle body closes below it, right? We had it literally on it, but no below it, because we obviously had that buying power coming through every time we did wick down. So yeah, very, very trappy. A lot of limit orders obviously stacked up throughout this whole zone. But yeah, it's very interesting to see candle body closes on dailies below this sort of zone, and it does look pretty bearish indeed, I must say. But yeah, hopefully in today we've got 16 hours left. Hopefully we don't lose this zone. If we do lose this zone, we could be looking at a target for around this 30,624 there. So yeah, interesting stuff there for Bitcoin there on the daily. Let me jump to the weekly and see where we got that weekly candle close there. From last week. Yeah, no surprise at all. We did actually smash that zone, and we actually fell through the 55 and didn't find a level of support coming through there. Very interesting stuff there. If we found a level of support coming through on the 55, then yeah, it would have been nice for a bounce point there. But as you can see, it's just looking so bearish right now. I must say, it's looking so bearish. I wouldn't be surprised if we were to lose this zone over the next few weeks or so. But we have, in terms of confidence, right, in terms of a bit more like a confidence safety net, we do have the volume weighted ATR band coming through here on the weekly chart here. So if we are going to bounce, we've got a nice bounce point to look out for on that 31,114 there on the weekly, guys. Definitely a point of reference there. Definitely something to think about, right? Interesting stuff. And yeah, as you can see, we after having this insane uptrend, right, insane bull market coming through here, we are looking at having this retracement. It's not the end of the world, right? It's still healthy at the end of the day, right? Still healthy at the end of the day. Hex has no use case, and the guy who wears 2 Rolex watches owns 70% of the coins and has already sold millions. Good luck with that. Yeah, I've heard Hex is a bit of a scam, but I haven't actually done a lot of research into it. I did go on their website, and their website it's pretty impressive. Their website looks pretty impressive, all the 3D technology and stuff, but I didn't know that guy. I didn't know the owner actually holds 70% of the coins. So yeah, it's quite interesting to know that Chaotic Rage. Very interesting indeed. But yeah, wow, 10 likes. You guys are absolutely killing it out here on this fine Monday morning here in England. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day wherever you're from, wherever time frame you're in, whatever time it is in your country. Because I know how international this stream is. Very, very cool stuff indeed. But yeah, I hope you're all having a good day. But yeah, in terms of losing this volume weighted ATR band on the weekly, that's going to basically bring us down to a new lower low, and that's going to be around 28,000. But as I said earlier, if we do lose 30k here, guys, it's going to look like we are going to see that progression to the downside from there, because of all the FUD in the market, right, with the whole Grayscale unlocking and everything like that. It's looking so bearish indeed. Just in terms of the sentiment of people out there. So yeah, it's interesting. What do you guys think? Do you think we're gonna lose? Should we do? Let's go on a smaller term time frame and do. Do you think we're gonna lose this falling channel coming through here, and that's gonna bring us down to this volume weighted ATR band around this 28k? If we didn't actually do a measure move to the downside from that, right? If we do a measure move to the downside from that, we're going to be looking at something along the lines of this, right? And that's going to bring us all the way down to that 27k there. So yeah, we do obviously have a pretty crucial bounce point, as you can see here, in terms of a level of support here coming through on the 4-hourly. Very nice stuff indeed. So yeah, would be looking at if we are going to be shorting this zone here, we are going to be looking at a nice bounce point off this volume weighted ATR band at 28,368 there. Very juicy stuff indeed. I'm just going to have some H2O, and then I'm going to resume with the TA there. It's going to be around a 7% gain there for that short position there for Bitcoin. If we can profit from that, it's going to be juicy. Tropicana Capri Sun indeed. Oh, so good. Yeah, so DCS, it's not 70%, it's about 45%. To be honest, man, if someone owns 45% of an altcoin, right, it's not good news, right? That's still really bad news. So yeah, interesting. Just because one doesn't understand Hex, they call it a scam. I don't think it's the fact that it's not understood. I think it's the fact, because I had a look into their technology. I think it's like 3D VR or something like that. It looks really cool, but I do think if someone's holding 45% of the coin, it's not good news, man. It's not good news. With all the rug pulls and stuff that's happening, like a lot. Angira, good morning to you. I hope you're having a fantastic Monday. Very good stuff indeed. It's very hot in England. You have to bear with me, guys. I don't have an AC or anything. It's really, really bad. Our English houses, because it's like pretty cold weather 90% of the time, they're built to like hold the heat as much as possible. So like last night, it was ridiculous. Barely slept I bet I slept like 2-3 hours. Woke up with like a million Mozzie bites because we have all the windows open, right? It's been ridiculous. It's been ridiculous here. So we're not built for this. We're not built different. I'm good. I'm good. I invest in ETH, which will be around for generations. Didn't Brazil do something with Ethereum or something? I read that earlier. From the Telegram group, but I didn't pin the Telegram group in the chat. If you're a new trader or a professional trader, guys, don't smash. Join the Telegram group. It's good stuff indeed. You have to bear with me. It's so hot in here. I'm losing all my words and stuff, losing my train of thought as well. So yeah, we've got a Telegram group, great community, like 120 members. Really good stuff. Professional traders, learner traders. It is a safe space. To ask your questions if you are a newbie, if you're a new trader out here. It's very good stuff indeed. So yeah, let me just crack on with some crypto. Right, Bitcoin dominance right now. You can see we were discussing this last week. This falling wedge pattern is very interesting to see. As you can see here, we did break out to the top side, which we were discussing on the Friday here. We broke out to the top side and we've come down for this retest. And we've seen a bit of progression to the upside from here. It is looking like we are going to come up and see a test of this zone again, this horizontal at this 46.85 there. And guys, we know what that means, right? We know that means if we do see progression in the Bitcoin dominance, it means people are moving their money from the altcoins back into Bitcoin, right? So the altcoins are going to have a little dip there. So be prepared for that today. If we do see any sort of progression, I would be referencing this sort of zone coming through there. Now, the fear and greed index coming through, you can see that we are on 24, right? Last week, extreme fear is in the air. Extreme fear. Everyone's scared, right? All the FUD is not there. It's been pretty awful for literally like a long time now. It's really, really, really awful. So we need to take into consideration, guys, that it's obviously going to have an effect on the markets, right? No one's really going to be jumping in like crazy. So yeah, we want this to be literally around a 40, 50, and then we're going to have a bit more confidence, right? Then we can really get some sort of gauge on what's going to happen, right? But this is obviously going to affect any sort of pumps that we have. It's going to put more FUD in the market, people referencing this, because I know a lot of people reference this in terms of information, right? Because we need as much information as possible to go further to throw into our trade position, right? So interesting stuff. So yeah, in terms of yesterday. We sat around 19, right? I wasn't really referencing the charts yesterday. I was on a lake. I was on a lake on a lilo, chilling in the heat. It was very nice indeed. But yeah, in terms of if we do break to the downside here and across a few charts, a few time frames coming through here, we need to basically reference and see if we can predict the fear and greed for tomorrow. And if we do see some insane breakdown, then yeah, we are going to be looking at probably around a 21 on the fear and greed index there, but at this point in time it's pretty hard to say because we could actually break to the top side, which would be very, very nice indeed if we did. Shout out to Carl Kane as well. Nice to see you on the stream there, bro. Yes, shout out to you, bro. Hope you had a good weekend. Sweet stuff. But yeah, let me get to it's now that part of the show. It's that amazing part of the show where we do the altcoin of the day. It's going to be Ethereum today. We're going to do the altcoin of the day. It's going to be Ethereum. We've got 3 altcoins of the day today, guys, to be referencing, which I've done a little TA on, which I recommend that you do your own research before I reference any sort of positions for these altcoins. But yeah, these are going to be the 3 that I'm going to be looking out for today in terms of some sort of swing position or some sort of information to educate you guys on, right? So as you can see here, we do have a falling wedge pattern, right? A falling wedge pattern coming through, pretty dominant stuff coming through it. Not as many touches to the downside in terms of support that I would have liked here. We've got 3 at least, and then to the top side in terms of resistance, we've still got a nice 4 coming through there. So yeah, as you can see, we have broken to the top side, and this is why I've claimed Ethereum has claimed one of my altcoins of the day. And the reasoning for this is you know what we do here, guys. We wait for that retest before we long, right? We wait for that retest before we long. And in this instance, we've actually broken to the top side of this falling wedge pattern, which is very interesting indeed, because we've broken to the top side, we've come down for that retest. So if we are going to be looking for a long position, it is going to be here, right? It is going to be here. I mean, it's not going to be the biggest thing in the world because, as you can see, we're going to go on this previous uptrend, and it's going to be pretty fizzled out indeed, right? So if we are going to be looking for some sort of long, it's going to be pretty small, but a long nonetheless. This is the 4-hourly time frame as well, guys. So we do need to take into consideration. It is going to be it's still going to be nice percent on the 4-hourly. It's going to take a little while to get there as well, right? So still looking around a 3% gain there for Ethereum if we can looking at executing this long. I mean, I would have loved an entry around this sort of zone here, but I did miss that, and that was like 1 o'clock in the morning for me. To be fair, I probably could have got it because I wasn't asleep because it's so goddamn hot in my house. So yeah, that would have been around that 1,867 there. Very interesting stuff in there. Jera says, what do you think of I think it's Clover token, Clover Finance, yes, Clover Finance, that was listed on Coinbase last week, wasn't it? Let me touch on that because I do want to see the chart on that, because the last time that I looked at that last week, it was actually pumping, right? It listed on Friday, I do believe. I only saw it for it was like half an hour before it listed. I brought up the chart, and it was pumping from there. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I haven't really done any research at all on Clover Finance, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what's good there. And shout out to Hero Optimist as well. Nice to see you there. Check ETH scan, do it under top ETH 20 tokens. Oh, goodness me, hot. If count USD, and BNB. Interesting, bro. I don't know if you're speaking to me or speaking to everyone else, but yeah, in terms of Ethereum right now, this could potentially happen. And also, guys, we have actually broken, not just broken out of this falling wedge pattern, we do have this parallel channel, as you can see here. Lovely parallel channel inside of this falling wedge pattern. So yes, we are broken out of that as well. So that's 2 chart patterns that we have broken out of. So is that a bit of confirmation that we are going to see some juiciness coming through in terms of this potential position right now? If we are going to bring up the MACD coming through here, it's what I was talking about before, guys. As you can see, this cycle on the MACD is oh, that's the wrong tool. This cycle on the MACD is basically coming to an end, and as you can see, we are seeing a nice strong uptrend coming through there. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see how this is gonna play out in the future, right? How it is gonna play out in the future, because I'm inclined to basically do that now. We're freely walking now in the sun. Interesting stuff, but we do have a nice downtrend cycle coming through here to basically take into account in terms of referencing any sort of short position that we are gonna be looking for here. In the future, we are looking at a nice tight bounce point coming through there in terms of a level of support there. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out if we are going to be looking at any sort of short positions or any sort of downtrends really coming into fruition here for for Ethereum, right? Interesting stuff. I'm just going to bring up some moving averages, see if we can get some sort of gauge into what's happening there. In terms of horizontals there, guys, the next horizontal to the downside is this 1,852, and vice versa to the upside is 1,926 there, and that's obviously correlating pretty well with the 10 simple moving average and also the 21 moving average as well. The 21 EMA, I do believe, yeah, the 21 EMA that we've got plotted in there as well. So yeah, if we are going to be looking, well, if you did jump into any sort of long position coming through out of this retest coming through here, I would be looking first take profit at these moving averages coming through around this 1,913 there. That's would be a pretty juicy take profit point to look out for there, and then not vice versa. Another horizontal next point in terms of a checkpoint would be this 1,925 for Ethereum there. Interesting stuff. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what I got to say for Ethereum, and that's why it claimed my altcoin of the day, right? So yeah, it's not looking too bad. This measure move isn't so bad in terms of a nice little upswing that we could be getting through. And also we have seen this insane dump to the downside, quite volatile stuff. If we are going to percent from this downtrend to the bottom side, it's around 6% there. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did get this 3% retracement there. Interesting stuff coming through there for the old Ethereum right now. If we do see any sort of down momentum coming through here on Ethereum on the 4-hourly here, on the midterm, it's likely that we do find a bounce point in terms of a level of support. And the lower this trend line goes on the RSI here, the more percent chance of a nice bounce point of this zone there. So yeah, if we are going to be looking at any sort of bounce point in terms of a potential long position coming through there, we could be looking at this, looking at the RSI for an indication of what's going to happen there. So yeah, interesting stuff there, guys. Interesting stuff. Yeah, I'm going to jump to Binance Coin BNB. That has claimed my next altcoin of the day. And the reasoning for this is, as you can see, we do have a pretty big broadening wedge. You guys know, the OGs on this channel know, I'm not the biggest fan of these broadening wedges. I don't really like them in crypto. Yes, they play out here and there. I keep wanting to say vice versa for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, they do play out here and there. But yeah, they're not the best things in the world, in my opinion. They're pretty ugly. So yeah, as you can see here, we do have a parallel channel inside of that. As you can see, a falling parallel channel. Very good stuff indeed. So yeah, if we are looking for a breakout to the downside, this is why it's claim my altcoin of the day. If we are looking for a breakout to the downside, it's likely that we're going to invalidate this high low point coming through here, and also this one coming through here around this 2097. It's going to be a very interesting point to watch here, guys. We do have a trap zone plotted out inside of this zone, and that is going to correlate pretty well inside of this falling channel coming through, and that's going to hopefully if we can short this from this zone here, I'd probably be shorting from this breakout of this horizontal sat at around this 295 there. I would be shorting it down to this to the lower side of this parallel channel, and that's going to be around to 286. Now in terms of percentage for that horizontal to the lower point of this parallel channel, it's going to run at 2.4% there. Very interesting stuff there, and I would expect a bounce point off this trap zone that we've got plotted in here. As you can see here, very juicy bounce point, very lot of buying up momentum coming through here, and I am bullish on Binance Coin in terms of the long run. Not referencing whether in a bull market or a bear market right now, but I am in terms of the long haul, in terms of the hodl, in terms of 5 years time. I do think Binance Coin is going to do very well indeed. Excuse a yawn that I just absorbed because I got barely any sleep last night because there's a million degrees here in England and we're not built for this. So yeah, you will have to excuse the yawn. Very tired indeed, as you can probably see the bags under their eyes coming through there. But yeah, this is why Binance Coin has claimed my altcoin of the day, one of my altcoins of the day. Today, and because we are looking at a potential short position. And guys, nothing I say is financial advice, just my opinions of what I think might happen in the markets. Now, bringing me on to ADA, the reason ADA has claimed my altcoin of the day coming through here, we do have another broadening wedge coming through here. As you can see here, pretty broadening stuff, pretty broadening stuff coming through here. I'm not the biggest fan of broadening wedges, you guys know that. Crypto.com says restless energy. Let me get that on the list for you there. I think it's crypto.com. I'm pretty sure that is. But yeah, shout out to you, restless, and hello to Kyril there. Nice to see you back on the stream there. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. Very juicy stuff. And 13 likes. You guys are absolutely killing it. Thank you ever so much. It does really, honestly, it helps me out so much with the YouTube algorithms. And I'm being pretty screwed after I had COVID. So yeah, to appreciate all the help coming through there, guys. Really do appreciate it. But yeah, if you are new to the channel, smash the sub button. It's juicy stuff. We do stream every single morning, Monday to Friday. So yeah, if you want to trade crypto with me if you wanna see my altcoins of the day every single day, and also I review them the next day as well. So tomorrow I will be reviewing Ethereum, BNB, and ADA, the ones that I've chosen today. So I do 6 altcoins of the day in a sense, and just to see the reflection on what actually happened, to see if we got our predictions right there. So yeah, it's good stuff coming through, and I do appreciate all the support on the channel. And also we do have a nice Telegram group if you do want to join the community as well. That is always popping indeed. 120 members. It is a safe space for new traders as well to be asking questions. And a big shout out to Kevin as well, who's keeping that popping with his TA continuously. Very good stuff. But yeah, in terms of ADA here on the 4-hourly here, this is why it's claim altcoin of the day. We do have a broadening wedge, as I was saying, but we do have another falling wedge coming through here. Not the biggest and best in the world. We do have a nice that's wrong. We do have a nice point coming through. Let me get rid of these moving averages. We have a nice level of resistance coming through here, and vice versa, a nice consolidation grind down zone that we are seeing coming through here on ADA on the 4-hourly here, and also level of support coming through from this falling wedge pattern. First things first, it's gonna be like so. We need to get better at these. It's just so hard to get it target on with this mouse. So yeah, this is these are the levels of support that we are looking for. And if we are going to drop down to this level of support and break out of this descending triangle that we are seeing on the smaller term time frames, we're going to be around this $1.11 there. So yeah, let me jump down to the probably the 15-minute actually, and see if we can get a gauge for what's sort of happening here on the 15-minute. Mosquito, lovely. So yeah, as you can see here, we do have a descending triangle coming through here. So we are going to be looking at a break to the downside here. We are going to be looking at something along the lines of this, obviously speculatively speaking, on where we think we're going to go here. In terms of the trend, we could be looking at something along the lines of this, bringing this price action down all the way down to this $1.15 there. So yeah, potential. I wouldn't just be blindly shorting this at all. I would be using this as a gauge of where we're going to go on the longer term time frames, and then going for a bigger swing coming through there. Going for a bit of a bigger swing coming through there. I did just the chat's gone. Yeah, there we go. Going for a bigger swing to the downside here if we are going to see progression to the downside, but vice versa, guys. We have been trading down in terms of this downtrend for quite a while. The trend is your friend, so if we are going to see this downtrend come through, then yes, a potential short position is looking juicy indeed. Now, not vice versa. Why do I want to keep saying that? Just keeps coming out. But yeah, if we do break to the top side here, there is a potential long position to think about as well there, guys. The reasoning for this is we got a measure move coming out of this this falling wedge pattern, right? We've been trending for quite a while to the downside, right? We're not seeing a properly nice healthy uptrend since the 4th of July, right? So it's crucial that we do see some sort of reversal coming through here, because we're not just going to be going down forever, right? If we're going to be on these bigger term time frames, you can see this, right? You can see how dirty this downtrend is. So we're looking at least some consolidation or potential a nice swing to the upside before we have that continuation to the downside here for ADA there. So yeah, if you are going to be referencing this zone, we could be looking at a nice long position if we do break out of this falling wedge pattern, and that's going to be looking all the way up to around this $1.23 there. And it wouldn't be surprising at all, because we were sat literally on the 12th of July out with this $1.36, so it's not really that big of a price move. Still around a nice 5.5% that we could be looking at. Some juicy stuff there. Crypto Chester, a young savage with the T8. Like the video, y'all. Yeah, I actually haven't trimmed up my beard. We did have a vote in the Telegram. Should he shave the beard or should he not? I think the vote was no, so I just trimmed it down a bit because I was looking pretty beefy indeed. So yeah, pretty beef stew. So I did trim the beard down a bit. So I do look a bit younger. But the hair is still receding, guys. The hair is still receding, so don't worry. I'll be bald soon. But yeah, as you can see, a nice 5% gain there for Cardano. Whether we can get in that is going to be very, very nice indeed. Now, referencing a few points coming through here in terms of the MACD. Please do Zil, says Rahamat. Let me see if I can get Zil on the list there for you there, sir. Nice to see you on the stream indeed as well. Now, we have got a little cheeky bearish divergence coming through here on the MACD. So is likely that we are going to break to the downside here, and if we are going to break to the downside, as I was saying here, we could be looking at a little potential juicy position to the downside here. I mean, it wouldn't be the best thing in the world because it's going to be pretty small because it's a 15-minute time frame here, guys. But still, 1% for you scalpers out there. For me personally, I'm a swinger. I do the swing trades. Very good stuff to do. Aim for that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30% sometimes juicy stuff, rather than these 1% sort of trades coming through there. So yeah, if you are a scalper, that is something to basically look into. But yeah, nothing I say is financial advice, guys. Little disclaimer coming through. But yeah, in terms of referencing the MACD coming through, as I said, we do have this bearish divergence coming through there, and also we do have this trend cycle coming through, which we are literally at the end of, which is nice to see. So it's likely that we are going to see something else basically form coming through, a nice breakout in the price, which is good stuff indeed. So we're going to get rid of that now because that's pretty much invalid. But if we are going to look to the downside here, guys, we do need to take into consideration look at, you can see the level of support that we've got. We've got juicy support coming through in terms of these downtrends, in terms of the reversal of these downtrends. So if we do form a downtrend, as I was saying, it's likely that we do, because we've had that bearish divergence coming through on the MACD there, and also we are looking to break out of this descending triangle coming through here, and also we're at the top side of this falling wedge as well. So if the trend is the friend and it is going to continue, and not have that reversal, as I was just saying, this 5.4% there. So yeah, we can basically profit either way it goes. And as you can see here, if we do see that that trend actually play out, we're likely to see a nice bounce point off this zone on the MACD. So yeah, definitely a few points to reference there, guys, in terms of a bounce point, in terms of a take profit point, if we are going to be looking to be shorting that sort of zone there. Shout out to LR, good morning, Chester. Good morning to you there. I hope you're having a fantastic day as well. Carl Kane as well, shout out as well. Just tell me I can pick some Cardano at $1.05. Lie to me, Chester, lie. Oh man, that would be what did you say, $1.05? To be honest, you would have to lose this zone, bro. You would have to lose this zone, which is a pretty crucial low point for ADA. So there's definitely going to be support there. So there's definitely going to be support there. I don't know what's happening here. Definitely going to be support there. $1.05. That is going to be sat around that. I mean, as you can see here, if you put a limit order in, bro, if you put a nice limit on this for Carl Kane, right? Shout out to you, bro. If you put a limit order in at $1.05, as you were saying there, that when we do see these insane downtrends, you can see the buy-up power. You can see the limit orders that are actually sending this price back up. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you did have a few limit orders in there. If we did see an insane dump to the downside, something looking along the lines of this back in the 21st of June sort of area. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was filled. Pretty juicy indeed. So yeah, interesting standpoint there, bro. Very interesting standpoint. So yeah, I hope you're all having a fantastic day. And this the chat started to pop. It started to pop off. So I need to do some shout outs coming through. We got Shilawin, I hope so. Hammy's brother, hello. Yes, sir, I am Hammy's brother. Very nice indeed. Your voice really sounds like Hamilton. Yes. Welcome back to Bitcoin Beats. Yeah, it does sound like Hamilton. Indeed, we are brothers. 11 months apart. Good stuff. Free coin airdrop from ACS there. Interesting stuff. Oi Savaloy says, Gordon, nice to see you on the stream there. And Talio, cool stuff. Toy Voice, Toy Wolf, Invasion coming through. I think it's a Bitcoin Beats Invasion. But yeah, shout out to Bitcoin Beats. Absolutely amazing stuff on his channel. Very good stuff indeed. Chester, bro, check TLM, see if any pump soon. Let me jump TLM on the request list there. I'm just going to have some more H2O because it is 1,000,000 degrees here in England. And we're not built for the heat, right? Good stuff. We're built for like 10 degrees in the summer. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Probably like 15 degrees in the summer, right? But yeah, ADA, that's pretty much that covered. Let me jump to some more requests. We got Hex straight away because I know a load of you are itching to for me to do a TA on Hex because it's just been doing some mad, crazy things apparently. I'm pretty intrigued to see what's good here. Yeah, I mean, on the 4-hourly, we've been trading up for quite a while. There's a lot of speculation in the air whether this is going to be a scam or not, because they were saying earlier that the guy actually holds like 45% of the coin, which isn't good, and a few people saying that he's a knob as well. So yeah, I don't know how this is going to go, but in terms of referencing just the chart, so yeah, be careful of that, guys, because you know how easy rug pulls can happen. It has got a very dazzling, very juicy, very lovely website that I did go on. Very convincing website if it is going to be a rug pull indeed. But yeah, I can see the Bitcoin Beats raid coming in. So shout out to all you guys coming in from Hammy's channel. Cool stuff indeed. And hello to you. I hope you're having a fantastic Monday morning indeed on this fine day, 19th of July. But yeah, Hex, be careful indeed, guys. If we are going to be talking about the charts in general, I would say this is pretty parabolic stuff indeed. If we are going to go to the daily, you can see, look, if we're climbing Everest, guys, we need to be taking a little rest at base camp 1. We need to rest at base camp 1 before we're going to go for that next level. If we are going to go for that next level, right? There's I must say, a lot of confidence in the market right now for this. Probably a lot of FOMO indeed as well. So yeah, it's very interesting to see what's happening here. I would be cautious to say we have seen this retracement coming through. So yeah, if we are going to come down and see any more resistance coming through, a crucial point to watch would be this volume weighted ATR band, and that's going to be around that 16 cents there for that resistance point to look out for. And if we do lose that, I wouldn't be surprised if we came down to this 55 there. I know you guys are thinking, bro, that's pretty negative. But guys, look, if we're going to go from this low point to this high point, that's still 150%, right? It's 150% gain. Now, if we're going to go from this zone all the way back down to this zone here, that's still only 35%. So sort of referencing a pump like this, you need some sort of at least long-term consolidation, or at least some sort of a base base jump off the Grand Canyon there. So yeah, we do need to take into consideration that we need to validate that huge 150% pump there. Interesting stuff for Hex. Now let me jump to DXY. I think that's DXY, yeah, probably not going to do anything on this. That's probably, I think that's stocks as well. Yeah, DXY, I think that's stocks. So yeah, this is a bust. It's a big bust for me. So I'm out. I'm out. Let me go to dot. Polka dot out here. Just got small water. It's so hot. Dribbling everywhere, just spilt water everywhere. Very good stuff indeed. I hope you're having a fantastic day indeed. But yeah, guys, if you are new to the channel, I do stream every single morning, Monday to Friday, and I do pick altcoins of the day. My altcoins of the day today were Ethereum, Binance Coin, ADA, so nice positions, potential positions coming through there to do some research on for yourselves. But yeah, nothing I said is financial advice. DOT was one of my altcoins of the day last week, so that's why we've got this juicy TA coming through here, and we got a nice potential, well, we had a nice juicy measure move to the downside, looking something along the lines of this in terms of a position, a nice 17% swing there. And you know why we're here, guys. You know why we're looking for these big swing trades, not the scalps. We're looking for the big swings because we're here to make money. It's as simple as that. We're here to make money. If we can make a nice 17% in a trade, juicy stuff indeed. Very nice indeed. Now, as you can see here, we are finding a lovely level of support coming through in terms of this downward sloping support line. As you can see from this huge crypto crash coming through. So yeah, we are finding a lovely level of support. It is going to be pretty bad, guys, if we lose this zone. If we lose this downward sloping support line, then it's likely that we are going to come down. First things first, we're going to test this horizontal at this 11 cents and 87. Now, if we lose that, it's pretty bad. We're going to be looking at coming down to this this volume weighted ATR band around this $10 indeed. That's a huge buy up opportunity in my opinion for DOT. Very exciting indeed if we do get down to this zone, because you can see the support being formed on this volume weighted ATR band. And if we do lose this volume weighted ATR band, guys, we always reclaim it. We always do. It might take a bit of time, but we always do. We always reclaim it. So if we do lose it, we're always going to reclaim it, right? And if not, we find a lovely level of support on it as well. So yeah, let's go on the basis that we did actually enter some sort of long position from this zone and row the next uptrend coming through. We're looking at a 27% swing there. So yeah, very, very interesting. Obviously, staggering take profits all the way up indeed. So yeah, very interesting stuff there for DOT to basically take into consideration if we do lose this line. Very, very crucial stuff indeed to basically be looking at, right? Basically be looking at. So that's pretty much DOT summed up. If we do see progression to the top side here, it's going to be very nice indeed. I would be looking at first short-term target sat at this lower high around this $12.85 there. Still a little bit of way to go, but yeah, if we can get over that, it's going to be looking pretty good indeed. But we've just got a lot to get over, right? This is a pretty strong downtrend, pretty strong pretty strong downturn. We are seeing a bit of validation here, but it's still very, very strong none the least, right? So yeah, it's very interesting to see what we think could potentially happen here, guys. So yeah, interesting stuff. But yeah, crucial point to watch, as I said, would be that downward sloping support line coming through around this sort of price action, right? If we do clear that $12.85, hopefully we can hopefully we can get over that 55 moving average as well, and that's around that $13.47 there, guys. So yeah, interesting things to watch there for DOT. Now, referencing a lot of these trend cycles I'm noticing from last week, a lot of these trend cycles on the MACDs, they're actually fizzling out. There's not really that much to reference at this point in time. We're currently diverging here on the MACD here. So we are coming together, waiting for that new trend. So it's going to be very interesting to see whether we do see any sort of uptrend forming in the next few hours or so. Well, not few hours, I would say probably the next 8 to 12 hours or so, referencing the 12-hour time frame here, well, the 4-hour time frame. If we do see any sort of uptrend coming through, we're likely to bounce off this zone. If we do see a diverging downtrend coming through, it's likely that we are going to see that progression to the downside, which means, as I said, we're going to lose this level of support. So yeah, interesting thing to reference there. Very exciting stuff there for DOT. It's going to get a flag in my book, I think. It's going to get a flag. Definitely want to watch today, because if we do lose this zone, it could be quite volatile. And if we do lose this this crucial low point, as you can see, a very, very crucial low point, we could be looking at a very juicy, huge, mega, giga short indeed. Very nice indeed. But yeah, as you can see here, we are pretty central on the RSI. So it's not surprising at all, because we've had that consolidation phase as well. So yeah, a few things to reference there, guys. Interesting. Volume is very, very low indeed. Not surprising at all, because this candle in the last 20 minutes has been pretty poor. Yeah, let me jump to XRP. That's the next on the request list. Hammy sent me here and he said you'd give me some Ethereum. Nah, bro, I'm not going to be giving you my Ethereum. Yeah, XRP right now. This is interesting, right? This was actually one of my altcoins of the day last week. The reasoning for this is, as you can see, I did actually keep this on because I said XRP, they're pretty famous for these chart patterns, right? For these huge chart patterns that last a long time, right? And that's what we want if we are swing trading, right? We want these big chart patterns. We want those big positions coming through. So if we are going to be looking at even a tiny measure move coming off this zone, right, coming off this previous symmetrical triangle, it would have been looking something along the lines of this, and that would have been around literally a 16% swing there. So yeah, very good stuff indeed from back in the day, right? Back in the day. But the reason why I kept that is just to reference this this huge chart position, huge chart, this huge falling wedge pattern that we've got coming through here. And it's very interesting actually, because we've actually broken that to the top side, and this is why I claim my altcoin of the day coming through there last week, right? We did actually break through this chart, and we were waiting for some sort of position coming through here. We're still waiting for some sort of position to the upside, right? But it's all a bit up in the air for XRP with all the SEC and all that stuff coming through there, so we're waiting for that all to be dropped. Hopefully that can, and that's going to be very good stuff indeed. So shout out to Dale. Good morning to you there, sir. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday morning. Well, not sure if it's a Monday morning where you are, but I'm having a fantastic Monday morning. Very hot in England. See, I don't really know how I'm going to work or trade through the rest of the day. It's going to be ridiculous. But yeah, anyway, in terms of the shorter term time frames, obviously this is the daily, guys, and we are going to be looking at the 4-hourly time frame here for XRP. As you can see, nice parallel channel. Oh man, parallel channel, falling wedge, sort of the same sort of thing coming through here, same sort of scenario. We've still got measure moves none the least. One to the top side. If we do see any sort of progression to the top side, we could be looking at a nice 7% gain. We do have the 200 EMA coming down as well that we could reference. Obviously, depending on where we're going to break here, guys, probably something along the lines of this a bit later on. Obviously, this is from last week, basically to take into consideration there. Yeah, in terms of a level of resistance, we got it coming through from this zone, and a level of support coming through around this 57 cents there. Just to open that window. Yeah, I mean, I actually today, usually I can't have the fan on, I can't have the window open because I guess the microphone can pick it up. So let me know, guys, if you can hear the fan that I've got in the room, because I was worried about that, and I'd never had it on before because I did a little test and I could hear it. I didn't want the stream to be like kind of dead for you guys. So yeah, I have actually had it on today because I'm dying. It's so hot in here. I can't deal with this room getting to like 40 degrees. So yeah, I am. I'm trying to decide between Hex and Doge. Oh no, Carl! Please don't decide between Hex and Doge, bro. we don't do Doge. We don't do Doge. No, someone in terms of Doge, I think someone still owns like 23% of the supply. So yeah, but it's still very easily manipulated. It's been sat quiet for quite a while now. Interesting. So yeah, hopefully, well not hopefully, I do see some manipulation coming through sooner or later, right? But yeah, in terms of XRP right now, this would be a measure move. This would be a swing trade to the downside coming through from this falling wedge on the daily, as I was just discussing. We do have a volume weighted ATR band coming through as well, which is going to act as a very juicy level of support coming through there as well. If we are going to be looking for a percent to the downside, obviously speculatively speaking on where this is going to break, we could look at a nice 11% there, guys. And we know if Bitcoin is going to absolutely tank it off a cliff, we're gonna be jumping into some swings for a lot of these altcoins as well that are looking for that progression to the downside. Shout out to, did I see Nikki? Yeah, shout out to Nikki. Morning, Nikki. Hope you're having a fantastic day, fantastic Monday indeed. Once again, thank you for keeping the Telegram lit. And guys, if you're new to the community, we do have a Telegram community. It's very good indeed. Continuously messages flying. TA's coming. Everyone's talking. It's good stuff. A very nice community. And a lot of people in there say it's one of the best communities they are a part of it. I do enjoy it every day. I check up literally probably like 10, 15 times a day. I'm pretty addicted to it indeed. I do love it indeed. So yeah, if you guys are a new trader, it is a safe space. It's a safe space to basically ask questions. It's also a very good place for experienced traders as well. It's just a great community in my opinion, right? This is Clover Finance, right? This is Clover Finance, and this was interesting, right? Because I actually looked at this. I looked at this when it first went live, right? It first went live. I looked at it straight away, and it did actually pump. It pumped like not significantly, but quite a bit, right? I think this is Clover Finance. I think it is. But yeah, so we did see a pump significantly, but now we've only been live for what, a few days or so, maybe a weekend. This is the 16th, yeah, so yeah, like 3 days or so. And we did actually see a pretty swift recovery, which is interesting. Maybe because it's on Coinbase, and I know quite a few people that don't really trade. They see something get launched on Coinbase and like, oh my god, it's the next Doge, I've got to buy it. So yeah, that might be some sort of FOMO thing coming through with this pump. But yeah, I don't really know. I can't specify the fundamentals of this coin at all. But yeah, at this point in time, we've seen a significant pump. If we go candle body to the top here of 379%. So yeah, it's pretty big indeed. Not healthy. It's not healthy, guys. It's not healthy at all. So yeah, this is why we're seeing this chill out period coming through here. In terms of percent from the top side to the bottom side of this trend right now, we're looking at around a 50% sort of bounce point, reference point from that 350% gain there. So yeah, I would be looking at clearing this 10 moving average to start off with, and then we could be looking at progression to the upside from there. But yeah, in terms of confidence, it is not looking too bad, but we are looking for this this consolidation validation period to be over, right, for the next trend. But yeah, don't be shocked if we do have that continuation to the downside before another bounce, right? So yeah, just be cautious with these new coins, especially on Coinbase, guys. Just be very, very cautious indeed for CLV coming through there. But yeah, and let me jump to crypto.com. I think that was for Carl Kane there. So yeah, let me jump to crypto.com and have a little H2O, and then we'll get back to it. 37 likes. You guys are absolutely smashing out here. Can I put a 40 like target down on the table? That is absolutely amazing. Helping me out with the YouTube algorithms continuously. I would really appreciate that, guys. Do appreciate y'all out here helping me build this YouTube. And guys, the more people that like the stream and all that stuff, the more people I can help educate in terms of trading, which is why I'm here, right? I'm not here to shill you affiliate links 24/7. I'm not about that life. I'm about teaching people to trade, and hopefully getting people out of there. BS 9-to-5 jobs. That's kind of my goal here, right? So yeah, if you could smash the like button and all that juicy stuff, because it does show me to more people, and that basically means I can help more people, which is nice. which is all I want to do, right? I make my money through trading. I don't need to get all the referral links coming through. Yeah, I've got a few in my description, but that's purely just to help you guys find some exchanges, right? You don't need to use them. As simple as that. But yeah, as you can see here with 4-hourly chart on crypto.com, we've got a descent. Well, not descending. We've got a falling wedge coming through here. If we are going to be looking at a break to the upside here, it's going to be looking at a juicy level of measure move coming through. It's going to be around a 7% swing there. Very nice indeed if we can get that. But it's looking like at the moment the trend is our friend, right? The trend is our friend, and we are going down, right? So it is looking like we are going to find the resistance of this zone and potentially consolidate along these horizontals. First horizontal is going to be that 10 cents and 87. The next one is going to be around that 10 cents and 71 there. As you can see, pretty crucial levels of support coming through. We're currently testing this one now, actually. Pretty crucial levels of support coming through at these zones. You can see the bounce momentum to the top side here. Very interesting stuff indeed to basically take into consideration there. Yeah, as you can see, we did actually get a nice short position in there back in the past, right? So yeah, we definitely need to take that into consideration, guys. If we are going to be looking at any sort of short for crypto.com, because obviously, guys, we do know if Bitcoin is to fall off a cliff here, we're likely to see a lot of the other altcoins drop off drastically as well. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a thing to reference, right? If we are going to be looking at a short position for that, we could be looking at around a 9% swing there in terms of a measure move, obviously speculatively speaking on where this trend is going to go over the next sort of day or so. But we do have a volume weighted ATR band to catch us if we fall. Basically take profit point halfway down, well, 3/4 of the way down, which we're going to be looking at around a 7% gain there. So yeah, good stuff indeed there for crypto.com. Now looking at the MACD coming through here, we are looking at this bearish crossover coming through here for crypto.com. It's an instigation that we are going to have some resistance coming off this downward sloping resistance line, which is the top side of this falling wedge pattern. Yeah, interesting stuff there for crypto.com. So yeah, watch yourself, check yourself, fool. Yeah, interesting to see that. We're going to jump to ZIL and see what's good coming through there. Ziquilla, interesting stuff there. Bang, bang, bang. So yeah, as you can see here, Ziquilla is in a pretty strong downtrend indeed there, guys. Pretty strong downtrend indeed. I haven't really done TA for quite a while on this, actually. But yeah, let me do a live TA for you guys right now. I would say it's pretty huge falling wedge pattern since this crypto crash, right? Just glazing over it, looking at it. Going on candle bodies, right? So yeah, if we're looking at it like so, we'd be going candle bodies like that. So we obviously got this the support coming through here, Now vice versa, we're going to do resistance to the top side, right? So yeah, it's we're coming through with this huge, pretty huge actually, pretty reliable, I must say, with all these touches coming through, falling wedge patterns. So if we use that on the smaller term time frames, we can get a better gauge of what we're basically looking at, right? We've obviously got this downtrend coming through here, probably another falling wedge pattern, probably looking maybe something along the lines of that, coming through like that, and then probably another one like so, right? So we could be looking, first things first, at a break out of this smaller pattern, right? And that could be that could mean that we are going to come to the top side here. And that's going to basically correlate pretty well with the falling wedge on the daily chart there. And obviously, we've got a lot of the major moving averages coming down as well. So if we can get over them, we could be looking at a potential position up to the top side of this. And that could basically mean that we're going to get to around that 6 cents and 53 there. If we are going to be looking for a measure move, I would be inclined to do it like so. Obviously, depending on where we're going to break, guys, I wouldn't be expecting a completion of the measure move because the resistance, the VWAP resistance off this, off the falling wedge on the daily, because you know the bigger time frame patterns are more reliable for resistance and supports there. So yeah, I would be looking at taking pretty much all of my profit at this sort of zone coming through here. But yeah, in terms of percent for that trade coming through there, obviously nothing I say is financial advice, guys, and we're still looking at around a 3.6% there. So yeah, still very juicy stuff indeed to think about. Now if we do lose this horizontal, guys, there's a horizontal sat at around the 6 cents 6 cents and 10 there. If we do lose that zone, we could literally short that all the way down, right? We could short that all the way down. The reasoning for this is the trend is the friend. We are literally trending down. If we lose this zone, it's basically confirmation that we're going to have that trend continuation to the downside, right? So yeah, I would be still taking profit. First things first at this wick, because you can see we've got a nice buy up coming through here. A nice buy up coming through here. Buy up. We've got a buy up coming through here around this 5 cents and 94 there. So yeah, if we are going to short from this zone down, when we do lose it, we could be looking at around a nice 2.15% there, and for you guys that is legal to leverage it up in your countries, you're going to make that paper, right? Good stuff indeed. So yeah, definitely interesting stuff there for ZIL. I do see we are trending down continuously, right? So if we are going to be looking at any more progression to the upside and start invalidating these lower high points coming through here, then yeah, we do need to break out this falling wedge with a lot of momentum indeed, right? So yeah, that's what I would be saying about Ziquilla there. Interesting. Chester, can you take a look at ban the spammer? Interesting. Maybe. I don't know what that is, bro. Can you look at NBL? NBL there for Donna. Let me have a little look. Yeah, Telegram is always lit, as Nikki says. Yeah, it is always lit. Come on. Nothing really coming through in the chat. Just see DCS having good conversations coming there. It's good to see there, bro. Good to see there, bro. I hope you're having a fantastic Monday morning. I know it's the start of the week, so yeah, it's pretty hot in England, I must say. Should we do, where is everyone from? Where are you all from, guys? I like to see how international the stream is. It's very cool stuff indeed. DCS, when you're pushing Hex, thanks for the information, but think you've given enough into my friend. I doubt we're rushing to buy. I hope it works out for you. Okay, so DCS is just, he loves Hex, apparently. I think you had this on the stream last time, but yeah, interesting. Where are you guys all from? I want to know. I want to know where you're from. It's cool stuff, how international the stream going. I'm from the UK. Pretty central in the UK, around, well, not pretty central, around Bristol sort of area, up from Bristol. So yeah, that's where I am. If you guys know the UK, it's usually pretty cold, but at this point in time, it's pretty goddamn hot, I must say. But yeah, let me jump to some more crypto requests coming through here. Just did ZIL there. I've got TLM next. TLM. Lethal Mind out here in Miami. Shout out to Lethal Mind. Cool stuff, man. Really cool stuff. Cold place, only 15 degrees here in Norway. Do want to go to Norway? Do you get the Northern Lights in Norway, bro? Sounds like you probably do. Is that Iceland? But yeah, cool stuff. Chaotic Rages from Wisconsin. Cool stuff, man. Donna's out there in Wales. Amazing place, Wales out here. Massively underrated country. Very picturesque indeed. Talio is from the UK. DCS is from the US. Cool stuff, bro. Whereabouts in the US? We've got Greg from Pennsylvania. We've got the Infogram from India. Cool stuff. Whereabouts in India, bro? I did some research. A lot of my fans, a lot of the community here are actually from India, which is really cool. Really cool to see how vast we're all going. Are Sushi and Luna on the list already? No, Kyril, they're not on the list already. I've got let me do a little bit of sushi for you. I'm trying to get into sushi at the moment. Yeah, I'm trying to get into sushi, as in eating it, not actually get into it, right? Because I've heard it's pretty good for you. So yeah, we've got Sutton UK, that man from Mr. G. Cool stuff there, bro. Interesting stuff there. Greg's from Pennsylvania. We've got Sketchwin from Germany, bruv. Cool stuff, bro. Nikki's from Arkansas. Arkansas. I'm pretty bad at reading, guys. Pretty dyslexic. I can trade and make money doing that, but I can't read that well. But I'll always give it a go, right? We have Northern Lights in the north of Norway. Cool stuff, bro. I've always wanted to see them. DCS is from the west coast, man. That's wicked. I really can't read very well. Vasanthra is from Malaysia. Cool stuff, bro. Just dropping in from the Surrey Hills, says D. Cool stuff. Gordon's from Bedford in England. My daughter went to Norway for a twirling competition. Cool stuff. Said it was beautiful. And Toy Wolf is from Sumidic, maybe. Bro, TLM first for me. Yeah, I'll do TLM right out here for you there, bro. And Sherwin is Sherwin, bro. Okay, bro, cool. Sherwin, bro. Yeah, sweet. My second name is my last name. Okay, should I try and say that? Hookwadon Maraudery? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to embarrass myself any more than I just did. But yeah, anyway, let me do a little TL on TLM. So yeah, I do like to do that, guys, just to see how vast and how international the stream is going. Really does make me happy, actually, how international it's going, because I'm all about diversity and all that stuff. Really cool stuff. Do love it. Really do love it. Cool stuff. But yeah, so as you can see here, guys, we do have a symmetrical triangle coming through for TLM coming through here on the 1 hourly time frame coming through. Man's out in Bali. Ramat is in Bali. Cool stuff, bro. I want to build a house in Bali in like a few years or so, because Bali is like meant to be really, really nice and stuff. Chester, you got baited. Yeah, pretty much. I think it's pronounced Arkansas. Am I right? No, you said it, bro. Cool, man. Everyone hit that like, says the infogram. That'd be amazing if you could, guys. It does help me out with the YouTube algos coming through here. And obviously, I did have coronavirus, and that got me. That got me a good one. So I'm back. I'm here to stay. Second week on the go now, which is good stuff indeed. So yeah, hopefully YouTube can get me back in the algorithms, because they did screw me. They did screw me a good one, right? So yeah, literally my views and everything just dropped off by half. And guys, I don't do my YouTube for money at all. I make my money trading, and you can notice I don't shill you affiliate links for like 5 minutes of video or 5 minutes of stream. That's just long. You're here for trading, right? So yeah, I appreciate the likes and stuff, so I can show the education to more people out there. That's the reason why I want the likes. So yeah, as you can see here for TLM, we're looking at a breakout for the symmetrical triangle. Good point to watch here. We've got the 200 EMA coming through here around at 17 cents. If we are looking for a measure move to the downside here, we're looking around a 5.34% there. Interesting stuff there indeed. If we are going to be referencing the MACD here, we're looking at we're currently converging on the MACD, looking at this downtrend actually playing out. So that's an indication to see whether we're going to break this to the downside, right? If we do break this symmetrical triangle to the downside, oh god, we are going to be looking at a potential move, potential short. Very nice indeed, very juicy stuff indeed. And yeah, I would be referencing that MACD to see if we do see any sort of reversal coming through indeed there. Yes, Donna, you're right. Nice one, Toy Wolf. 45 likes, all right. Smashed it, guys. Killing it. When you build a house in Bali, we will all come and visit you, Chester. Yes, definitely. I'll have a big crypto party. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing, guys. So yeah, as you can see, we're pretty central on the RSI. Not that much going on. No really divergence that I can see, really. It's all going in the same sort of direction. So yeah, nothing really clocking my attention coming through there. So yeah, just be watching this zone. Be watching this for some sort of breakup coming through for TLM. If you are hodling this coin on the longer term time frames here, on the daily, obviously we got the huge this has actually done very well. I thought that was the bull run, but no, I'm actually only on the daily, right? This actually got launched on the 13th of April 2021, right? And from the last from July, we've actually seen a lot of progression to the upside, which is very healthy indeed. Maybe I'm going to write it down. I'm going to do some research on this. This looks good in terms of fundamentals. Yeah, do some fundamental research on that, Crypto Chester, because that looks pretty juicy indeed. If you're looking at an uptrend like this, especially on the daily, right, this isn't quite, obviously we do get a bit parabolic here, but even here, very healthy uptrend. Yeah, it still looks red. Let me get rid of this for now. Yeah, as you can see, very nice and healthy uptrend before we saw the FOMO coming in there. So yeah, definitely something to basically look at here. This is very, very healthy indeed. So yeah, hopefully we can see a resume of this uptrend coming through for the future, because it is looking pretty bullish indeed. We have had this validation, this crash. We've had this validation, this consolidation period coming through here. So yeah, it's looking pretty good indeed to see some sort of progression to the upside. And yes, we have invalidated the previous lower high point coming through here as well. So yeah, very, very good indeed, I must say. But yeah, in terms of the short term, I wouldn't be surprised if we did come down to this horizontal at around this 13 cents there and then bounced up from there. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. And yeah, so yeah, it would be but yeah, definitely something to look at, definitely something to research there for TLM. Yeah, in terms of volume weighted ATR band bounce point at the top side, we do have one at 26 cents there, so we are going to need a lot of momentum to the top side to get over that on the 4 hourly here. If we jump to like the 12 hourly, it's going to be a lot higher, right? It's going to be a lot higher up here. So yeah, hopefully we can get some sort of momentum to the upside from there. But we don't want it parabolic, guys. We don't want to put it, because we know what happens when we see it parabolic. We literally just fall, right? We literally just fall. So we want it staggered. We want a nice stagger. We want a nice uptrend like this, right? Nice chill uptrend, and then we're not going to have some insane momentum to the downside from there, right? But yeah, so interesting stuff there. Let me jump to MBL, I think was next. MBL. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah, let me jump to the daily, right? Let's do a little touch on the daily. We're currently sat on the volume weighted DTR band on the daily, which is looking like we're finding a nice support over the weekend. It's been quite a nice level to find support on, which is nice to see, right? We're noticing a nice trend reversal from this downtrend coming through here. Now, I wouldn't count your chickens too early before the eggs are hatching and stuff, because we do have two pretty strong moving averages coming through. We've got the 21 EMA and the 10 SMA, the 10 simple coming through here, sat around that's around the 6632 there. So if we do see resistance, it is going to be off this zone. So yeah, I wouldn't count your chickens before they hatch and all that stuff. So yeah, as you can see here, it is looking like we are forming this uptrend, right? It's quite steep, I must say. We've had two pretty huge candles coming through here on the 4 hourly here, so that's a nice 8 hours worth of momentum, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if we did see rejection coming down to this 6-2 zone there. Obviously, I'm not really that fundamental. I don't really know the fundamentals of this MBL. I want to see MBA, not this MBL coming through here. But yeah, if I am going to be looking at the fundamental, I mean, it's not really. Is it worth the time? I mean, it has been doing quite well in June actually. That's a lot of confidence in the market there. But yeah, considering the previous crash there, we've lower low continuously, lower highs just being set continuously. Granted, we have seen a few of them getting validated here, but not really that much momentum. And then we've just seen this downtrend basically resume from there, right? So it's going to be interesting, quite controversial. It could go either way here, because obviously this is. I'm not saying this isn't a lot of confidence in the market. This is confidence. This is pure confidence here, and we have actually found a bottom at this zone here, which has actually caused the volume weighted ATR band to come right back up as well. So if we do see any sort of progression to the downside, we do obviously have horizontals. We got one at 5.7 there, and one at 6.6. Was it 6? 60-31 there. So yeah, it would be a point to watch as well there. But at this point in time, we are progressing to the upside. Interesting stuff. So yeah, MBL in terms of a target right now, we are still in this downtrend, guys. We are still in this downtrend, and we do have levels of. We got a bit of a channel coming through here. Just looking at it, right? We got a bit of a channel coming through here. I would be inclined to do something along the lines of this, like so. So we do obviously have this point to get over. If we can break this zone around this 6.5 sort of zone there and see the progression from there, I would be looking at support on this 200 EMA. If we can get support on the 200 EMA, then it's going to be very, very good for progression to the upside from there, guys. So yeah, interesting stuff happening there for MBL. But yeah, I would be prepared for some sort of rejection coming through from this 6588. Interesting. Sushi's next. Sushi. I think I've got some. Should be on the watch list. Why is that not on the watch list? Just Solana. No, it's not on the watch list. Interesting. Thought that was. Am I doing it wrong? Sushi? Yeah. Getting pretty tired now. But I'm gonna be because the weather's like insanely hot in England at the moment, and like now I'm like dying from the heat, because obviously our houses in England, they're not built for this heat. Like they're built for winter, they're built for rain, they're built for like really awful weather, so they're built to hold the heat. So like last night I'm in bed, the house is like 30 degrees, no aircon, just these fans blowing hot air at me all night. It's just been dreadful, right? It's been absolutely awful, and that's just England, right? So I'm going to be starting my streams a lot earlier in the morning so I can get it quite cool. Like now it's like probably like 28 degrees. I'm just there like dying. I've got a fan on, so hopefully guys you can't hear that. But yeah, so yeah, be prepared for earlier streams in the morning. I would say that just to let you guys know. I will be streaming a lot earlier. For me, my time, it's going to be around 6:30 in the morning, probably around that sort of time there, just so I can get a bit cooler temperature, right? Because it's pretty awful streaming and speaking continuously in this. It's very tiring actually, like streaming like this, like talking continuously. It actually does get you really out of breath. And like, so yeah, it's pretty tiring. So yeah, especially in the heat, it gets you. So yeah, as you can see here, for sushi, we are looking at this pretty huge, pretty huge descending triangle coming through there, and I'm going to jump down to the smaller term time frames here, probably around 50-minute, where we can see this downtrend, right? It's a pretty strong downtrend coming through. We've lost the volume weighted ATR band, and we know what happens when we lose it. We always find it, right? So it's an inkling that we are going to see a bottom coming through sometime soon around this 6.83 there, and hopefully we can bounce from there. As you can see, look, the support is futile along this support is futile. Viva la resistance, as you can see, playing out here. And obviously, as I was just saying, this volume weighted ATR band, this green line coming through here, we always reclaim it, right? So yeah, as you can see, we have currently just lost it, so I would be looking at some sort of reversal coming up to this sort of zone anytime soon around this $6.82 there. Yeah, so interesting at this point in time. It is quite strong to the downside, I must say, very strong to the downside in terms of this downtrend. But yeah, I would be expecting imminent reversals pretty shortly, right? But God, that does look awful. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad indeed. I mean, in terms of long term, like sushi, it's an exchange, right? Sushi is a pretty popular exchange, and that's why I was surprised it's not on my watch list. And the heat makes you tired, so that's why I'm yawning. And I only slept 3 hours, so yeah. Sushi is very reliable in terms of the long term, in terms of fundamentals, right? So yeah, I would be looking at this for the long term hodl, right? So yeah, interesting stuff. But if the downtrend is to basically continue, and we are not to see the retracement of this volume weighted ATR band come through anytime soon, we can still come down to this zone and then bounce and find it later on. That's not ruled out at all. But yeah, the bounce point would be this $6.31 potential buying up opportunity there, just to see, as you can see here from previous price action, there is a lot of buy momentum from that zone there in terms of a bounce point. So interesting stuff to look out for there for sushi. Good morning to Mr. Miles, amazing stuff. Adonis has no idea of the fundamentals either. Daily rating went up on EVAI, so checking out low. Price usually goes up when the rating rises. Interesting stuff there. Good stuff indeed. Oh God, I'm tired. Good morning, Mr. Miles as well. Shout out to you, sir. You sir ski. But yeah, sushi, and then I've got Luna, and then I'm going to be rounding off the stream, guys. I'm going to be rounding off the stream with a little BTC update for you, just to leave you with my insight on what I think is going to happen with BTC, and then we're going to be I'm going to be sitting here in my office boiling, trying to trade all day. That's going to be fun. But yeah, interesting stuff, guys. I will be putting some insights into the Telegram as well. I'm going to be testing out a new strategy today, which I've been looking into as well. So hopefully I can get some nice positions in there. I was testing one last week, and yeah, I spent like 3 hours back testing it because it wasn't obviously coded in, right? So you have to manually back test, and I spent like 3 hours back testing it, and it's looking pretty profitable indeed. And it's around, like, I think it was 63% profitable, and then 83% like I don't know what the word is, but it was like 23% break even, and the other 61% I think it was profitable. So yeah, very good stats indeed for that strategy. So yeah, that's definitely something I will be sharing with you guys in the future, because obviously we're here to make money. It's as simple as that. But obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research and all that juicy stuff. Yeah, Luna, at this point in time, we've got this this is a falling wedge. We've got a falling wedge coming through. You can see the support coming through from these zones. You can see the resistance coming through from these zones, right? In terms of horizontals right now, the next target in terms of this downtrend that we're in, it would be this zone around this $6.22. That I wouldn't be surprised if we got there, and pretty imminently, because you can see this pump to the upside here. We need to validate that candle body close to candle body close. That's an 8% pump there. If we do see that progression to the downside, we will invalidate that pump, but it's pretty expected, right, with this momentum that we are seeing to the downside coming through here. Now, we are still looking at diverging here. We're looking at diverging here on the MACD. Just lost all my keys. On the MACD here, we are looking at diverging, setting up a bearish crossover coming through here, letting a new downtrend come through, right, which is interesting, right, because if that is going to happen, it's likely that we are going to see the progression to the downside to this horizontal at this $6 and $6.22 there, $6.22. Now, if we lose this zone, guys, the likelihood of us coming down to this lower point of this falling wedge pattern, right, it's pretty likely, right? It's pretty likely, and the reasoning for this is because we're going to be setting a new lower low in terms of this trend, and yeah, we have just invalidated the most previous higher low there. So yeah, we are setting also these lower highs continuously, not challenging, not invalidating. So it is still looking bearish indeed for Luna. Now, if we do lose this is very crucial stuff here, guys. If we do lose the lower side of this falling wedge pattern, then we could be looking at a nice swing short position. Very nice indeed. We could be looking at a measure move, obviously depending on the price action. Obviously, speculatively speaking here, guys, that we go straight down like that. We're going to be doing something like that, right? And if we are going to be looking for a swing, it is going to be juicy 12% there. If we are going to be looking for that trade coming through there, obviously still speculatively speaking, just above 11.5% there. Juicy stuff indeed. Tropicana, Capri Sun, if we can get it, that's going to be paper, right? That's going to be cold hard cash. Very good indeed. Now, if we do see any sort of momentum resume to the upside here, obviously it does look pretty bearish in terms of this downtrend, but as you can see, we do see these upswings coming through here, and as I was just saying a second ago, that was an upswing around 8.5% there. So yeah, if we do see any sort of upswing, if we do see any sort of challenge of this zone to the top side of this falling wedge pattern, we could be looking at a nice potential long, right? A nice potential long position coming through. I would be inclined to do something like that, but for me personally, I would be far too greedy trying to get this zone there, trying to get this measure move completion right. And the reason for this is, guys, is because you can see all these lower highs not being challenged at all. So that shows how strong, how dominant this downtrend is, right? So if we are going to see any sort of momentum gain to the upside, right, first things first, I'll be taking a massive chunk of profit at this zone here, around the $6.82. And the reasoning for that is because we're still going to be challenging a lower high, right? We're going to be challenging a lower high there, and the likelihood of us losing it is pretty unlikely, right? So yeah, that would be a huge take profit point for me there. And in terms of a percent, probably horizontal to horizontal, still no enough for 3% gain there, guys. And 3% is still 3%. Juicy stuff indeed. So yeah, good stuff there. Good stuff there. But yeah, that's Luna done. That's pretty much me done, guys. I'm gonna do a BTC update for you guys now. I'm just gonna go and run through it and see where we're at from the start of the stream. They've been streaming for like near an hour and a half there. But yeah, I do stream every single morning, guys. So if you want to tune in to me every single morning, and we do this TA, I also pick altcoins of the day. My altcoins of the day so far. If you don't want to rewind the stream to the start of the stream there, because I've got a nice little live TA on Ethereum, Binance Coin, and ADA, and I will be touching on them again tomorrow. I pick 3 altcoins of the day every single day, Monday to Friday, and I throw them in after I've done a BTC update as well. So yeah, if you do want to tune in with me every day, smash the subscribe button, smash the notification bell. You're never gonna miss one of my uploads. It's as simple as that, guys. It's good stuff. And also, if you do want to join the community, we've got a lovely Telegram coming through there as well. Very good. Like 120 members, absolutely amazing stuff there. And it's a very entertaining place. Very entertaining place. Probably the most used thing on my phone at this point in time. So yeah, good stuff, especially if you're a new trader as well. It's a nice safe space to answer questions. Yeah, it's good. Positive community, right? In terms of Bitcoin right now, we do have this falling wedge pattern, right? This morning at the start of the stream, we were sat around the top side of this zone here, and it was interesting, right? It was very interesting because we were looking at breaking out to the top side here on the smaller term time frames. Well, let me get to the 15-minute. Where is that? Yeah, the 15-minute coming through here for Bitcoin here. We actually, interesting, we're actually losing. We've lost this ascending triangle coming through here since we last looked, and that's around that 31,549. We've actually lost that horizontal as well. So yeah, it's looking like we are going to see the progression to the downside. Guys, do not be fooled by this quickly, just in case we do have a measure move to the, a trap zone coming through there, which would be looking something along the lines of this, right? And we're currently sat in that zone there. Now, it's called a trap zone for a reason. You're likely to get trapped. It's as simple as that. Raphael liked and subbed. Thank you very much, bro. Nice to see you. And guys, I don't do this for likes or subs. I literally do this to spread my channel to more people so I can help educate those new traders out there. Because that's why I'm here, guys. I make my money from trading. I'm not shitting you affiliate links all day or like for 10, 20 minutes every 5 minutes of the stream. No, I don't do that. I'm here for cold hard TA and to build a community with you guys as well for the new traders. It's good stuff. We have good fun here. And I'm sure a lot of the traders out here in the chat reference that as well, because we do have fun in the Telegram as well. Good stuff. So yeah, appreciate that, Raphael there. Cool stuff. But yeah, this is the trap zone here, guys. It's called a trap zone for a reason. We wouldn't be we'd be shorting when we get a nice candle body close below this zone. But for me personally, I don't really trade the 50-minute. I go for those bigger sort of swings there, because look, you can see it's not even really it's at like 0.5% there. For you scalpers out there, this would be something to consider there. But yeah, for me personally, no. But we do get a nice gauge here for the 50-minute of what's going to be happening on the shorter term time frames. And if we do lose this horizontal, as I was just saying here, which does correlate with losing this, it does correlate with the measure move to the downside here of this ascending triangle, it's likely that we are going to come down to this 31,325 for the next bounce point. And as you can see, we have got nice bounce points coming through in terms of levels of support of this horizontal there. So yeah, interesting stuff to think about for the day. Probably a target of around this 31,300 there. Interesting stuff there. I'm talking about today's scenario, says Salim. Oh god, that's good. Donna says we do have fun. Yes, we do. It's our day job here to trade and also have fun and build a nice community. So that's why we do it. Make it as fun as possible. We do have a good laugh with a few GIFs in there in the Telegram as well there, guys. It's good fun. So yeah, that's Bitcoin on the short term coming through here. Now, if we do see this downtrend play out, guys, we've got to reference this this downtrend cycle on the 1 hourly time frame coming through here, because as you can see, we've got pretty crucial trend reversal points coming through here. Pretty crucial trend reversal points coming through. And the reasoning that we are going to reference this is because if we are going to be looking at any sort of short position coming through here for Bitcoin, we're likely to see a trend reversal coming through here. And yeah, it's basically a great gauge of where to basically stop. So if we are going to come down to this sort of zone here on the lower side of this falling wedge pattern, that's going to be around that 31,000 sort of zone there. If we do bounce from there, juicy stuff indeed. That's obviously potentially going to correlate pretty well with this zone coming through on the MACD. So yeah, this would be a place to reference here, guys. Very good place to reference there on the 1 hourly time frame. Now, if we bring up the RSI coming through here on bring up the RSI coming through here. We're pretty central on the hourly. On the short term, not that much going on. Enough space to get to that oversold point there. If we can get to that oversold point, we can be looking at that buyback, which is another reference for a nice bounce position off this zone coming through here around this 31k there. Interesting stuff. And we do have another horizontal as well plotted in there at 31,086. I can see us getting to there and then wicking down and then progressing to the top side from there. But yeah, also we do have a trap zone from this falling wedge as well. So yeah, it's called a trap zone for a reason, guys. You're going to get trapped out. It's as simple as that, as you can see here. This is why we wait for the retest, guys. We wait for that retest because if we do see us getting trapped trapped out there. All this retest, the momentum. Like basically a lot of people would just short blindly from this zone, right? They'd be like, yep, time to short, we've left this pattern. But no, we do wait for that retest. It's nice, safe. We get we get a better entry. And if we do get a stop out, it's very tight, it's very early, it's pathetic, right? It's pathetic stop out. It doesn't even affect the balance, our trading balance at all there. So yeah, that's why we wait for that zone, and we do take into consideration for these trap zones there. Interesting stuff to reference basically, right? But yeah, so let me jump to the midterm time frame coming through here. Damn South says, Bitcoin, please. What am I doing? I'm doing Bitcoin, bro. So yeah, Bitcoin here on the 4-hourly time frame, and this is interesting, right? This is fascinating stuff here. As you can see, we've got a descending triangle coming through here. Forget this parallel channel for now. We've got a nice descending triangle coming through here. As you can see, bang, bang, bang. Very juicy stuff indeed. We've got a lot of touches to the top side. We've got a lot of Viva La resistance playing out here, and vice versa in terms of support coming through like so, right? This is a very juicy level of support as well. Now, we are at the end of this chart pattern. We haven't seen any imminent breakouts coming through there. So we would have been looking at earlier around this sort of zone here. But as I said, this is why we wait for the retest, because we're not just going to blindly long. Because look, we got trapped out. So that's why we wait for the retest and see the momentum to the downside. And it's very easy to spot here that that trade basically became invalid very, very quickly with the break of all these major moving averages there. So that's why we wait for it. It's better to be safe than stopped. That's quite a good saying. It's better to be safe than stopped out. Simple as that. But yeah, in terms of what's happening here, you can see this parallel channel coming through here. Lovely, lovely support. Lovely resistance, and lovely support coming through there as well. So now we're on the lower side of this channel. We see the momentum to the downside falling. We see us below all major moving averages. So I wouldn't be surprised if we came down to this zone, first things first, of this horizontal around this 31,083. Now, we were referencing this on the lower term time frames around this sort of zone here in terms of this horizontal. So yeah, it would be a pretty juicy point here if we did bounce to the upside here from here. But yes, if we do lose this zone here, it's going to be even more interesting. The reasoning for this is because we do have this this parallel channel coming down to this 30,631 now. If we're going to be referencing that in terms of this trap zone here, it's looking pretty good for this bounce point, 30,666 on the shorter term time frame there, to bounce off this the lower side of this falling channel. So yes, be prepared for that. Don't just be blindly entering any long positions here, because it's potential that we could even wick down to this zone and then progress up further. Now, that's on the basis that we don't lose this falling channel. This falling channel to the downside here. If we don't lose that channel, then if we do lose that channel, then we do have a measure move to the downside, right? And that measure move is going to look something along the lines of this: bang, bang, bang. And we got the volume weighted ATR. And as a final probably take profit point for myself, I would be looking at around a 7% swing there for Bitcoin if we did lose this 30,600 sort of zone. Now, if we don't, if we find support, it's still going to be a nice long position to think about as well. So basically, we're going to be profiting either way here, guys. So yeah, that's basically just want to push that out there. Nothing I say is financial advice, guys. Just my opinions of what I think could be happening out here. Now, we've also got these two dominant trend cycles on the MACD on the 4-hourly here. You can see the trends ending along this correlative zone here. So it's interesting, right? The reason why it's interesting is because we're coming to this sort of end point, right? We're coming to this end point, and that basically means we're waiting for a new cycle. We could be breaking to the top side, or we could be breaking to the downside. Very, very, very interesting indeed. And yes, it's the same as what we're looking at on the chart there. So yeah, definitely some profit points to basically be looking at here, guys, especially referencing this zone here. But it's nice to see how valued and how valid these actually are in terms of trend reversals, right? So yeah, very, very, very useful tool, I must say. It has helped me make a lot of paper out here, a lot of cold hard cash, as we like to say here. But yeah, as you can see here, the OGs on the channel know we do reference this downward sloping resistance line on the RSI quite a lot, and the reasoning for this is, as you can see, the Viva La Resistance playing through here quite strong. Very strong indeed, if I may say. When we're still at the top side of the RSI, so it's percentage-wise that we are going to be looking at still getting that resistance coming through. So if we do see any sort of momentum coming through, as I was saying about the potential long positions coming through there, we're definitely going to be looking at some sort of resistance coming through here. So definitely another point to reference there, guys, if you are going to be looking at trading Bitcoin to the upside today. Whew. But yeah, let me jump to Bitcoin now on the daily chart. That's the weekly. Let me jump to the daily chart. Let's see what's going on over here. As you can see here, very boring, very downwards. We're not liking this. This is dirty downtrend in this parallel channel coming through here. We did have a nice trap to the top side here, and this is why we went for that retest, guys. because we would have just got trapped. I know I literally watched a lot of traders on YouTube just blindly go long here, and then they just got absolutely wrecked. But yeah, this is why we wait for the retest and to see the confirmation that we are going to see that progression to the upside. But with that being said, guys, as you can see the buy up power right now of the lower side here. You can see these wicks. This is buying power to the downside, right? Huge, sorry, to the upside, huge buying power. So now, if we're going to fall anywhere below this zone, around this 26 sort of zone, if we have some sort of crash coming through here, because we need to take into account, guys, the grayscale unlocking is still upon us, right? It's still about, I think we're going to like 22nd, so it could all be building up for something we don't know, right? It's all FUD in the market right now. So just be careful out there trading. If we do see any sort of crash, it's not just going to keep going down, guys. We are going to have a buyback. This is what I was saying here. We are going to have a buyback coming through here. And we do have a volume-weighted ATR band to think about as well. So as you can see here, support, support, support. So if we could be looking at any sort of long position coming through in terms of a buyback, if we do have that crypto crash, it is going to be along this zone here around that 29,059 there. But please don't have a tight stop loss, because look, you can see if we were to blindly long here at the 30k, we went all the way down to this 28,700. So they will try and get everyone stopped out before they pump it back up, right? That's the thing, like a whale, you're never going to fail sort of scenario there, guys. But yeah, so at this point in time, we do have this parallel channel coming through. Inside of this parallel channel coming through, testing this horizontal, sat at this 31,500 sort of mark there. If we do lose that, and it's likely that we do come down, but we do have another trap zone situated along this 30,668. It's correlating with a few of these zones coming through there. So yeah, it's likely that we do bounce off this zone. I would be pretty surprised if we did lose this zone here. But if we do lose that zone, guys, we know we've got this support coming through in terms of this volume weighted ATR band, and also the lower side of this parallel channel correlating in as well. So yeah, good stuff happening here for Bitcoin. Looking very promising indeed for some potential positions today. Good stuff. Now, referencing these candle body closes coming through, we haven't actually seen that below this horizontal, which is fascinating. It's quite fascinating. The reason for this is because a lot of people would have actually had that confirmation for that short position coming down there, and actually we've seen it get trapped out yet again there. If they were referencing, that's the wrong thing. If they were referencing, this parallel channel falling to the downside here, and then they would have effectively been stop the F out, right? Simple as that. So yeah, crucial point to watch here would be this horizontal, and also potential positions to the upside and the downside. Very good stuff indeed. But yeah, that's going to be it from me, guys. I have very enjoyed this stream. I've really enjoyed this stream. Trade safe out there today. It's going to be a pretty bloody day, and also don't be fooled by any FUD and FOMO stuff in the market, because that's a lot of people getting wrecked out here. A lot of people get wrecked. But yeah, so thank you ever so much for tuning in. Do appreciate you all out here, and I hope you have a fantastic day. And if you are a new trader, join the Telegram group. It is a safe space for you to answer requests, ask all your questions and stuff. We've got loads of professional traders in there as well. And if you are new to the stream, like, comment, subscribe, all that juicy stuff indeed. You know how it works, helps me out the YouTube algorithms. But yeah, I do appreciate all you guys are here. But for now, until tomorrow morning, it is going to be peace out and goodbye from me, Crypto Chester. Peace. Thank you ever so much, guys.